On this week's Throwdown, we have Crusty Kyle and Jealous Jake demoing the workout. Crusty with a K, that is.
We've got box jumps, snatches, and bar-facing burpees.
We release these workouts right here on YouTube every day at 1 p.m. on Thursday, not every day.
Weekly. Weekly Thursdays.
Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're on our road to 35K subscribers. And when we hit that milestone, we're gonna give away a Black Zinc Rogue 2.0 barbell. Let us know your strategy for this workout in the comments below. That comment is what's going to enter you into the giveaway. Once we reach that 35,000 subscriber milestone, we'll use a random YouTube comment generator on one of these videos where we promoted the giveaway to draw a worldwide winner for that bar. So all you gotta do is be subscribed and comment below to enter.
This week's Throwdown is an increasing ladder. You have 4 minutes to complete each 2 rounds of the workout. It's a little confusing, follow along. By 4 minutes, you need to complete 2 rounds of 8 box jumps, 12 snatches at 95 pounds for guys, 65 pounds for girls, 8 bar-facing burpees. If you complete that work within the 4 minutes, then you earn another 4 minutes. So by 8 minutes, 2 rounds, 8 box jumps, 10 snatches, 115 and 75, 8 bar-facing burpees. By 12 minutes, 2 rounds, 8 box jumps, 8 snatches, 135, 95, 8 bar-facing burpees. By 16 minutes, 2 rounds, 8 box jumps, 6 snatches at 165 and 115, 8 bar-facing burpees. By 20 minutes, 2 rounds, 8 box jumps, 4 snatches at 195 or 135, 8 bar-facing burpees, and then the last round by 24 minutes, 2 rounds of 8 box jumps, 2 snatches at 225, 155, 8 bar-facing burpees. You do not have to wait until the time runs out to keep going. So if you finish the first round in 1 minute, just start into the next one.
For a full warm-up, movement standards, and the scaled version of this workout, check out the description down below.
We have Kyle Bernier and Jake Berman as our 2 demo athletes. Both of them are individual, sanctional, regional, continental level athletes, whatever you want to call it. They're both pretty elite. Let's watch them get after it after they say something.
I'm gonna approach this slow and smooth in the beginning. I'm gonna power ideally to 195, see how it feels. And then I'm gonna have to squat snatch 225. I don't wanna have any misses. So I think the box jumps won't be that bad. I'm gonna step down every one and slow and smooth on the burpees. Step up my burpees, not jump them.
What's your strength in this workout and what's your weaker area?
Weaker area would be the snatch. That's very inconsistent for me. I'm trying to be more consistent, up to 225, no misses. My strength would be just aerobic capacity. I've always had a better engine than I do strength, so I'm gonna try to use that. But we'll see.
Well, honestly, I have no idea because they sprung this on me like this morning, and then the whole morning I was thinking about it and thought it was squat snatches, and then they just told us we could power, so I think that changes everything, and now I don't know, just gonna have to wing it.
What's your strength in this workout?
Burpees.
And your weakness?
I don't believe in weaknesses. Definitely going unbroken on the burpees though.
I'm just gonna start this thing off by saying that I probably would step these up.
Yeah. As would I.
You would also?
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, stepping up is way easier for me metabolically than jumping, and it would be almost the same speed because I'm slow. So I want to use less effort there and go fast in the burpees and the snatches.
Yeah, I'd say unless you're rebounding, you should be stepping.
Yeah, I mean, I think the primary separation on this workout, if it's 8 box jumps per round for 2 rounds and then for 6 different step weights, that's 72 total box jumps, I think. Somebody can call me out in the comments if that math is wrong, but I just don't think that there's gonna be as much separation rebounding there versus burpee speed, for example, or barbell cycling speed.
Yeah, the cycling speed, especially at the heavier loads. Like these guys both will probably get to the last bar and then maybe even finish. So for them, it's going to be how fast you can do, like, let's say the 195 bar or the 225 bar.
You know how this workout ends.
You're just
giving a mystery to the audience.
Suspense. I have timed it for myself. Box jump overs are faster rebounding, but jump ups for me are not fast, even if I'm rebounding, or they're not faster than stepping up. Yes, I know I stepped to a 20-inch box.
Hold on, so you mean jump up, step down, or literally step ups?
Step ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same speed as rebounding.
So there's not that much to talk about for these guys in this workout on this bar specifically, because this is kind of just a warm up specifically for them. But I think if you're an intermediate or a scaled athlete, you got to start to think about where does your 1 rep max come into the, like, it being the thing that's going to slow you down.
Right.
You know, like if your 1 rep max is 185 pounds and the barbell at 165 is going to be almost like near maximal efforts for you, then it's a different style of pacing where you have to decide if you're going to try to go slower in the beginning so that you can get 1 or 2 extra lifts, or you have to decide that you're going to try to go at full speed to get like a better tiebreaker or finish a specific round at a certain time.
Or bank time for that barbell that you're going to get stuck at.
Yeah.
That's probably the only way that you think about going faster earlier is to try to bank some time, or if you know you're going to get caught in one of the windows. Like I can't do this first 2 rounds in 4 minutes without having to like sprint something, then that's where you'll do it. You can see Kyle Bernier is going a little bit slower right now. They're probably around the same as in a workout like this in most cases, but they have 2 different pacing strategies. Jake is going out hot, Kyle's a little bit slower.
Jake, I think, as a just being objective, is a little bit better at burpees. I think burpees and handstand push-ups are probably 2 of his most elite skills that he had, so that probably is a separator for him in this workout.
Yeah, for sure. I think for both of them, doing touch and go sets makes a lot of sense. Both of theirs, so Kyle Bernier, Max, you probably know this better than me, maybe 250 snatch, something like that. But
yeah, he had
he's
245 in testing. His PR, I think, is 255 or 265.
Jake, I think, is 265, and they're both really good at cycling the barbell. So for them, they're thinking, let me bank as much time as I can. And obviously, for both of these guys, too, they're thinking, where will, let's say, 18 minutes end up on the leaderboard versus 19 or 20 or whatever it may be.
Yeah, for them, it's not a game of making the windows. It's doing the work as fast as possible.
Right.
Yeah, because they're 4-minute windows, and they're already on the finishing the first round of the second barbell. So.
But similar to other workouts like this, at some point it creeps up on you. And for most people, obviously, it's the weight. Some may just be like the box jump or the burpee, but like you think about 17.3 or 19.2, at some point you get caught, and then you've got to make sure that you have enough time to manage the 225 barbell, maybe in the 19.2 or the 195 here. So just something to kind of look ahead towards and know how much time it's going to take you.
So something to note as well, you can watch it when Kyle Bernier gets back to the barbell, is the burpee standard. So they've put it in the open and in competitions before that you're supposed to jump from 2 feet, and it really is a very, very hard thing to judge. And if you look at the videos of the most elite athletes, almost all of them are taking off from 1 foot. There's very rarely are people actually jumping from 2 feet. So it's not really a standard that we enforce in training unless we clearly make it specific that it's a 2-footed jump. But I do think it is worth practicing every once in a while to know, because if your whole strategy is kind of side-swiping, lifting one leg and using momentum to go laterally and just pull your legs, and then you start getting no reps in a competition because they're making you jump off 2 feet, you should have the ability or know exactly what you have to do with your footwork. Generally what that means, if you look up Scott Panchik, he does it pretty well where he actually jumps off 2 feet in the open and still puts up world-class scores. He faces the whole time, so he doesn't do any rotation as he's finishing his burpee. So just something to think about as you're going through the sport. You know, the standards, they've been changing year after year after year, and they're not always enforced the same way, but just be aware that that stuff plays a role, because if you watch Kyle, it's pretty clear that that back foot comes up and over before the other one comes off the ground.
One thing that I practice when I'm doing a step up like both of them are doing right here is getting my feet together. It is not the most optimal way to do it, but if I put my feet together with that kind of side stance and then jump, both feet are close enough to coming off at the same time. There's no way I can get a no rep. So I practice that in my EMOMs if I'm doing intervals, so that if it does come out in the open, I can go to that if I start getting no reps the other way.
Yeah.
That did happen at a Wadapalooza workout with our team. We were getting no rep for 2-footed jump, and if I just brought my feet closer together, it was better.
It's harder to step up that way. It uses maybe a little bit more energy, but it's definitely worth it so you don't get no reps. And especially if you're getting 3 or 4 in a row, that can cost you a lot of time in a workout.
For sure.
So now we're at 135, so third bar. Jake went to singles there. I think probably this will be the bar. Maybe somebody will touch and go this, but I think probably this is where it starts to not make sense to try to hang on to it.
I agree.
for the elites. You know, that might be the first barbell for somebody if your 1 rep max is lighter. You might want to actually start with, you know, thinking fast burpees, fast box jumps, and slow singles or rhythmic singles, because the weight's just going to be the limiter for you.
Even at this bar, as they move to singles, they should be thinking about getting back to the barbell quickly if you want to put up an elite score. So both of these guys are elite males in the sport, top 100 in the world. So they have to get back on the barbell quickly, and that's something like in a workout like this that I tell people to practice. They snatch, and as soon as they put it down, it's like that one breath, and you're already hinging back over, and just kind of force yourself to practice that. Even if you blow up, at least you know where your limit is.
Yeah, I think also footwork. So if you watch Jake, that's 2 steps and then an adjustment of his feet every time. Whereas I think if you're trying to cycle the barbell fast, you're almost guiding it back down, keeping your hands pretty close to it and not actually moving your feet. That extra, you know, whatever it is, 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds between reps, while it seems like he's moving super fast, because for me, I still have to drop it and rest maybe 3 to 5 seconds. If you watch him relative to an elite barbell cycle, he's going to be losing 0.5 second to 1 second on every single snatch, and that just adds up if you're counting all the 135s, all the 165s, all the 195s, and then, I mean, at that point, there's longer times between it, but I think it's just something to consider, just that footwork and transitional element between 1 rep and the next.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't really control that with, I mean, they probably should have loaded dead plates if you have access to that in any qualifier. I definitely recommend that. But so if the bar bounces, then you have to adjust your feet. But you can always put both, well, not always, at weights that you're comfortably cycling, you can put both hands on the bar at the same time. So if you watch Kyle, and Jake was doing this as well, he puts one hand down and then the other. And that's really just a habit thing. If you can train putting both hands on the bar at the same time, that's a second, right?
Yeah, I saw Jake there just do 2 step-ups. I thought he wasn't going to do any step-ups.
These two were real, what's the word, bravo, about not stepping up.
That's exactly
like,
what they are.
Guys, just step up. No one cares. It's not a thing. Like,
letting the ego dictate.
If that's allowed, man.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to get my best score, and if that means step up and beat these guys and I win, that's the way that they should be thinking about it, and that is to call both of you guys out.
For me, I don't really get to win that often in CrossFit, so
You're going to take advantage of it.
I only operate in bravado or bravo.
I don't know. Maybe I just made something up, but...
No, false bravado, I think, is the thing.
Okay,
right?
I was
peacocking.
near what I was trying to say.
We got you.
Jake's doing a really good job. This is the barbell for elite men and women that will separate, I think, kind of the contenders from the pretenders, so to speak, in that if you rest an extra 3 or 4 seconds per rep in these 2 rounds, you're really losing time to the field, or the best males and females. Jake did a great job. Those are like 3 seconds between reps, which is, I mean, that's an elite
cycle speed,
yeah.
Yeah, so Jake's burpees are generally super fast, and now they're kind of down to 3.5 seconds per rep. So there's a lot of ways to strategize and make up time in this type of a workout. You can think about going, you know, smooth on the box jumps, fast singles, and fast burpees, or you can go, you know, fast box jumps, fast barbell cycling, smooth controlled burpees. I think a lot of it is really just managing to get here in the workout. So you're about 10 minutes in on this barbell is really where Brandon said, like, this is where the real separation happens for both men and women, I think.
Would you guys, if you know you have to squat the later bars, would you start hitting a couple squat snatches at lighter weights?
Personally, my transition from power to squat just happens. If I get tired, my body will just go there. But I think if somebody has I know a lot of people that have a very clear discrepancy between their power snatch technique and their full snatch technique. Like their power snatch, they land really wide and they can't squat from there. So I might, if I knew that it was a technical limitation. I feel like Jake right there, if you watch his power snatch, his feet, I think, are too wide to catch a squat.
Yeah.
And I think he'll probably...
You can squat from that position, though. That's what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
You can go really wide,
I
so
can
it drives
go
you
below
down.
90 degrees at that
Most
width.
people can't. I wouldn't try to squat any of these, just knowing like I would be more likely to miss at the 225 bar squatting than doing a power snatch. But that's not the case for most people. Most people are gonna have to squat. So I think to answer your question, I probably would recommend that maybe on the 195 bar for these guys if they were worried about it. But for them, I
I don't
think
think they were worried about
Yeah.
it, but
Just, would you do it?
people. No, I'm similar to you. I just kind of let the bar push me down,
Yeah.
and it usually works out unless I'm just missing because it's heavy.
Yeah.
But I know that's not the case for other people sometimes.
To go back to the box step up versus bound, one of the things I've noticed from both of them, and Jake's doing it again, which is perfect timing here for me, he's resting instead of just go ahead and start stepping up and maybe get 2 or 3 reps in. But that was another 8-second rest. The round before was 10 seconds, which for most of us, that's a normal rest. For these guys, if you want an elite score, then you need to start thinking about that and just go and step up right away and then start bounding as you recover.
I think if you think of CrossFit as an endurance sport, like a runner, for example, if they're running a marathon or a half marathon, if they start to get redlined, they don't stop. They'll generally slow their pace until they recover. If you can get to the point, in this workout, it's very hard to recover while doing 165-pound power snatches or burpees. But if you know that there's a movement like a box step up that you could take advantage of, just using that as kind of a slow rhythmic movement and thinking about it as an opportunity for you to kind of recover and get your heart rate down could be a way to kind of encourage yourself to make that transition a little bit more snappy.
And I think it's good training as they lead into the Open. We have, 7 weeks left, I think, by the time that this comes out. So it's little things like that again, if it gives you 2 or 3 reps on the leaderboard and that moves you up 100 spots, it's worth it.
Are you doing the Open?
I'm going to watch you do
So you can do the bodyweight version?
Yeah, for sure.
You would crush it.
Oh God, the bodyweight version?
Is my
It's going to
nightmare.
hurt worse.
Yeah, and I'd finish way worse.
That would be the worst.
A 230-pound man trying to do
bunch
pistols
of
and
air
air squats
squats,
against the
I
120-pound
think
guy.
pistols I'd fare better than air squats.
Yeah, but if you had to do them
More
together, though,
yeah.
oh, man. So but Jake his burpee speed is actually picked up.
Yeah.
There was a couple rounds where he was a little bit slower. He's just, he's a top athlete when it comes to burpee speed, and I think he can take advantage of that. But again, he needs to get over to the box and step up. And this is me nitpicking because I know how good he is. He's obviously, he's on a great pace right now.
Yeah, I think if this were like open style workout, I'd probably encourage him to go use that fast burpee speed, transition really quick, kind of rhythmic step ups where he's kind of getting his heart rate back down, and then try to come and cycle the snatches and at whatever his cadence is without blowing up.
Yeah.
Because you get to this weight, I think at some point it's not really a toughness issue because you actually can literally fail the rep or you just don't have enough power to hit it.
Great transition there.
Yeah, fantastic. And that still looks pretty light. He's now at the 195 bar.
Yeah, so let's see what this time between that transition was like 2 seconds, and he hit that one at 48. And now this one is 60. So 12 seconds between lifts at that point.
But then quick transition there.
Yeah, that's nice. That's 5
Yeah.
seconds.
And there's another way to look at it. Maybe it's a fast cluster set and then take your break and then another fast double. Like he did a fast triple there, but that's a really good way to get him done.
Yeah, I think that's how I generally do barbell cycling.
Yeah, me too.
We did a barbell cycling workout as a throwdown, and that's how I thought about it. Is like do 3 really quickly and then take your break. Because
When was the last time you did a throwdown?
It's been a while. It's been since pre-COVID, so it's been like 5 months.
2012.
Yeah, pre my COVID, not pre-COVID starting.
Yeah, back in January.
Mia,
Yes.
never mind.
So
Alright, see how long
Jake's
this
about to hit
break
the
is
last
again.
bar.
So Jake is now around like 1 round ahead of Kyle, right? So
Yeah.
they're both look like they're on the boxes at the same weight, but Jake has actually finished 1 full round, and Kyle's behind, I think.
Yeah, he's 1 round behind.
Yeah. So Kyle's step-ups are a little bit faster, but I think Jake's thinking about, okay, I'm at the 225 bar now. I need to make sure that I hit both of these. So this is where it probably does make sense to slow down your box step-ups, let your heart rate come down, your respiration rate come down so that you can hit these, unless you're really strong and you know that you can go fast and still crush them.
Another thing to consider, so this workout ends at 225. In 17.3, there was still 2 more weight jumps for this bar. So, this is for elites in the sport at the top level. This conversion is the female conversion for this 155 in this bar. They're going to be cycling this one pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like 275 or 185, I think it was at 17.3. 185 is the peak weight.
I will say this is a little bit more metabolic. You're going to be breathing much more, and your legs are going to be a little bit more tired from the step-ups or the jumps, whichever you do, and then the burpees.
Ooh, Kyle just had a little miss there.
Yeah. So like that could happen to you if you're a little blown up. And those are things you have to protect from. This is, again, good practice for you. Those that haven't been doing this probably won't come out in stage 1, but if you get on to stage 2, you better bet that there's gonna be something similar to this.
Yeah.
So just a competing strategy note, Kyle missed there because his hand slipped out and he asked me for a towel. I didn't have a towel, so I had to ask Travis to go get a towel. So we're gonna get one here by the next round. Yeah, well the point is that when you're setting up for an open workout or any qualifier workout, have your tools there ready for you if something's gonna happen. If you think you're gonna need a belt, have it there ready, Velcro open, ready to put on versus someone
your
get me a
screwdriver,
belt.
your wrench, your ratchet, make sure you have everything there.
Yeah, because I mean, a missed rep is 30 or 45 seconds.
Especially at these weights.
Thanks, Chris.
I actually do
stop
think that is
talking
good
now.
advice.
It is, you know, you bring that up, and I actually had someone that their grip ripped in the last throwdown workout.
That happened to me in last
Yeah, and
throwdown,
so then
too.
what do? You got to start using bare hands,
Yeah.
or if you're not used to that, maybe you go and find another grip, but that's just wasted time, and so having an extra pair makes sense.
All right, we're coming to the conclusion. Man, that was a fast turnover.
Really good.
Oh, I guess too fast.
I like that, though. Take
Look
some
at-
risk
oh,
here.
look at that. And he turns over.
Good job by Jake going right back to
And
it.
now he flies.
Yeah, this is
The old sprint
yeah.
burpee. You think he could do that for 150 straight?
No.
He was talking trash to me.
I'd like
We're
to
gonna
see
find
it.
out.
Yeah.
Really good finish.
Yeah,
And that's where you
awesome.
have to be if you want to have a top score.
Solid.
Great job, Jake.
17:37. Kyle Bernier
Now we turn our attention.
drying himself off like he's at the pool, even
I
though
was
it's winter.
so worried about his feet slipping.
there's a lot of
It's
sweat
30
there.
degrees outside, and look at the floor.
He's a big sweater.
Nice.
Solid.
Snatch,
That looked
yeah.
good.
He's just got some meaty legs.
He
I
does
just want
have-
to point that out for all our viewers.
Yeah,
I was watching him squat, and I'm like, man.
yeah, I thought the same thing. Oh, so 2 misses thus far. Kyle B, you know what? I'm just going to blow up your spot. You texted me and said you felt out of shape in this workout, but you missed 2 lifts. That was almost a minute of your total time, is those lifts.
Those really are really costly at the 95 and
Kyle.
225
Yeah.
bar because it was legitimately a minute, and you know now you also are thinking, well, do I need to pace this last
Yeah.
little bit to make sure I don't miss again?
Yeah.
It's a psychological effect as well.
Yeah, you can't really keep the throttle down if you're like, okay, well, this is now too heavy for me if my heart rate
Yeah.
gets too high. So you start to throttle back necessarily. Like you have to slow yourself down at that point.
All right, so he's
Last
going into his
round.
last round.
Good transition. Stepping up.
Yeah. Get a
Finally.
nice side profile view of those meaty legs.
Chris, can we zoom in, please?
Oh, God.
I do.
What?
On Kyle's quads.
I think again for him, this makes sense to slow it down a little bit. That was really his step-up pace the entire time, but he doesn't want to miss again. Wipe his hands off. But in a workout where you're practicing for the open, I would say if I was out there right now, hey Kyle, give yourself an attempt here in 10 seconds or something like that to just limit the overall transition time because there's no way in the open he's going to rest 35 seconds before it. It's going to feel different, I guess is my point.
I think that's where the psychology comes in. It's like you already missed. It's really hard to convince yourself to now push the pace. Let's see what this looks like.
Nice.
There we
Solid,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, one more.
Let's see what that. So he finished that lift at 47. So let's see what this transition between looks like.
So 8 seconds to get on the bar, 12, 11 or
good,
12
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, solid.
Nice job.
Awesome. Then sprint finish.
Let's see if his sprint finish burpees are as fast as Jake the Snake.
They're pretty
Fast.
good, yeah.
they're fast. Jake just flies on those.
Yeah, one of the things you notice is they both stay pretty low, but if you can go back and watch, Jake is like almost touching the bar with his chest as he's jumping over,
Nice
and that really
job,
helps.
Kyle.
2020 finish? Oh man, that's got to be an
Bad
element.
luck.
All right, good job, guys. Project Pat, do your thing.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Patar in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Patar.